Hello and welcome back to the Douyu Dota 2 Cup here on HeflaTV 1. This is going to be Game 2 of the Best of 3 series, the first one of the playoffs between TongFu and Terroblade. I'm GrandSV, again joined by Kefka Dota, and we'll get into this game as soon as the players connect. Looks like U9's having a little bit of difficulties still, but hopefully we'll load this time around. So, I don't know, what are your thoughts on game number 1, Kefka?
Game number one was amazing all the way through, to be honest. Even though there were a lot of baby throws from Terroblade especially, the game was amazing. And I think Terroblade had a great showing, to be honest, even though they kind of overextended a few times.
Yeah, and in general, I think that pretty much sums it up. Terrorblade just getting too overzealous, especially going in like 1v2 or 2v2 diving under towers where there is going to be TP support coming up from TongFu. And in general, they also just got outfarmed. The Luna, even after starting the game 1-4, was able to still be relevant when it came to her farm, and by the end of the game was an absolute beast. So I think that TongFu still outclassed Terrorblade a little bit, but Terrorblade have a chance, for sure, if they can just be a little bit more restrained when it comes to going for those dives. The Juggernaut Spiritbreaker offlane looked like it caught TongFu off guard, and it worked so wonderfully for them.
Yeah, last game was a bit. It felt like maybe Terrorblade has a very weird mindset right now. Like they think that they have nothing to lose, so they're just gonna go all in. And they really had no fear last game. They just dove all the time, and there's something to be said about that. That they really try and like, okay, we need to change our ways from the group stage. We're just gonna go balls deep. We're gonna do everything we can, and we're just gonna try and kill TongFu everywhere. And it worked for a while, and I think a lot of teams got some respect for Terroblade now, to be honest.
Yeah, and Terrorblade going to start off this draft with a Queen of Pain first pick, and the first game it worked really well for TongFu. U9 Sonic Waves were very impressive. The angles were almost perfect every time, but let's see how Terrorblade are going to utilize it. In lane, Queen of Pain also did quite well, and it's a good hero to start off your draft.
Yeah, I think U9 probably had the best showing last game. I think the supporters of TongFu did very well as well. I think they were the key to bringing that game back, and also the Queen of Pain in the fights just did amazing work. And they didn't really want to let TongFu have the Queen of Pain again, so they pick it up themselves terribly.
This is going to leave Bounty Hunter available, and TongFu will pick it up. In general, I think Bounty Hunter is a good counter to the way that Terrorblade play. They go very aggressive and trade a lot of kills, and you never want to be trading up against the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, it's a really good pick against Terroblade, I think. And in general, it's very good. You put a lot of pressure without really having to commit too much to putting that pressure, and it just works out in a lot of the games.
Yeah, they'll follow that up with a Lina, although it's not the most popular of heroes right now. TongFu played it well in game number 1 for Kabu, and there's still that lane flexibility that comes with picking up the Lina. They could end up putting it mid for U9, or there's a lot of different things that they could do with it. The bottom line is that Lina is a good hero to guarantee track kills with the Bounty Hunter, just with a raw amount of burst damage.
Yeah, some pretty standard picks. Lina doesn't really get picked this early usually. She tends to be later, but she's pretty common. And Rubik, pretty similar, very very picked quite a lot in this tournament especially. Rubik has been maybe the go-to support hero in this tournament, being third picked quite a lot and the second pick this game.
And looks like Terrorblade are going to take a page out of TongFu's book, pick up the Rubik for themselves. It's just going to be a good hero for them. Rubik against Bounty Hunter is wonderful, and there's still a lot of good spells to steal, but wow, the second stage of bans going through very quickly. Undying Spiritbreaker banned up by TongFu, Gyrocopter Bloodseeker banned by Terrorblade, and then TongFu will pick up the Dazzle, responded by an Earthshaker for Terrorblade.
Yeah, nothing uncommon at all actually. All the bans are pretty normal, and Dazzle is picked a lot, and then finally we see Earthshaker, or finally, it wasn't even touched last game. I was a bit surprised, but he gets picked up now. He's very strong, and now both offlaners have to look for, both teams have to look for an offlaner, and there's a few comes to mind. Darkseer mainly, Clockwork has been banned, is a go-to hero for both of these teams. Especially Sex Bingo has an amazing Clockwork, but I think Darkseer will be picked up in one of these two picks.
Yeah, combos nicely with the Lina and also with the Earthshaker Queen of Pain from either side, so Yeah, I think I could see a Darkseer, and also in lane, Bounty Hunter plus Darkseer is very annoying for the supports. Having an Invis Bounty Hunter roaming around with that Ion Shell can very easily get kills on Rubik or Earthshaker, especially if neither of them have boots.
Yeah, I wonder if Broodmother was fifth ban lost game. They might TongFu fifth ban the Broodmother. I wonder if Terroblade are thinking of picking it now after TongFu has showed their hero. If it's not a counter to that one. I'm not sure if Terroblade plays it a lot. It's usually just a ban, fifth ban. It's a pretty common fifth ban just because you don't really want to face the hero. But Terrorblade might be looking to pick it up for that reason.
And Dazzle Bounty Hunter don't really deal with Brood Hunter that well early on. Bounty Hunter does have track to keep eyeballs on the Broodmother whenever he gets level 6, but in the laning stage, they have no way to really deal with the spiders. Their wave clear is pretty much isolated in Lina for now, and Lina looks like she's going to be going to the mid lane.
Yeah, it really looks like that Bounty Hunter could be an offlaner, but is mostly played as a support. But they can still be looking for a support hero if they really want to. But they will. I'm gonna expect to pick a Night Stalker. Was not what I expected, but it's very good here. I really like that pick. It's great against Urshak and Rubik. He can solo kill both of them. Also, rotating mid and killing Queen of Pain is a possibility. I think it's a great pick here, and I'm glad they picked it up because it's really underrated, I think.
Yeah, and in combination with the Bounty Hunter, whenever it's nighttime, whenever you pop that darkness, the decreased ward vision is going to be so terrifying for Terrorblade to deal with. And in general, I think it is a good pick, although it's not going to have the same AoE impact as maybe the Darkseer would. Night Stalker, as far as offliners are concerned, is probably one of the best for going for pickoffs, and the Crippling Fear is going to be great against the Queen of Pain.
I think Night Stalker is a better pick than Darkseer, but I wasn't expecting TongFu to actually pick it because it doesn't. It's a bit of an weirder hero to play, but with Bounty and Night Stalker at the 4-minute mark when nighttime hits, if Night Stalker can get a good rune, he can pretty much go around and kill everyone with Bounty. They can kill mid very easily if he gets the silence off, and both supports are in danger. And Zeus is not the tankiest hero either.
No, all of these heroes on the side of Terrorblade are very susceptible to being ganked by the Night Stalker, and I'm not sure how these lanes are going to shake down for Terrorblade. For me, it feels like offlane Shaker is going to be the course of action. They put the Zeus mid, but even if it's like a support Zeus or an offlane Zeus, no matter how they shake it, it's still going to leave them open to those ganks coming out from TongFu. I'm really scared for Terrorblade this game. TongFu's team is very good at controlling the map once they get an advantage.
Yeah. I really think this game is looking a lot worse for Terrorblade compared to last game in draft-wise. I think Terrorblade had a great draft last game, and so far it's looking a bit worse. I think the Night Stalker can do amazing work, but against Night Stalker, you generally want heroes that give vision. That's why you pick Zeus. Venom Monster was a hero that was picked quite a lot when Night Stalker was popular, and Venom Monster isn't really good anymore. He isn't picked, so Zeus is a pretty understandable pick, but I think it's so squishy against what TongFu have.
Yeah, even with the Night Stalker excluded, just the Lina Burst plus a Shuriken or Lina Burst plus a Void from the Night Stalker is pretty much enough to kill most of these heroes for a good portion of the game. Last ban from TongFu, it's going to be a Slark.
Yeah, Slark is the same. He has good vision in nighttime, so you don't really want to face that. I think it's a pretty good ban that way. They're gonna focus a lot on this Night Stalker. I think he's gonna make a lot of work. I think they're gonna help him out with the Slark ban. They don't have one of the best Night Stalker counters, and if he gets the 4-minute rune and if he's a bit lucky having haste or double damage, I think he can get a good start and probably gonna pick up Midas and just do amazing this game.
For TongFu's last, what do you think they're going to pick for their safe lane farmer? Or are they going to do something weird and like safe lane farm the Night Stalker?
I was thinking it was gonna pick Storm Spirit, but it was banned. I'm pretty sure Night Stalker is gonna be offlane and Lina mid. So their loss is gonna be a carry. I think they're gonna wanna pick an aggressive carry, and they pick Windrunner. So not sure how they're gonna lane this, but it's a aggressive hero for sure. It can be very good with the rest of TongFu's lineup.
I'm really tempted to say that Windrunner is going to go mid, but that would mean that either Lina or Night Stalker is safe lane farming, and that's just not seen very often. Probably Windrunner will get the safe lane space and just work towards like the Ag's crit. It's a hero that does a huge amount of damage, and then Anti-Mage is going to be picked for Terrorblade. Huh, I see this anti-mage having a really poor time this game, just being hunted non-stop by the Night Sucker bounty.
Yeah, I think Terroblade has a lot worse drop than last game. I think they got out-drafted really hard here. But I'm not sure how TongFu will lane. They can do a lot of laning here, but it looks like Night Stalker will be off lane, and they will put Windrunner mid and Lina safe lane, or Windrunner safe lane and Lina mid. It doesn't really matter. I think both are fine.
Yeah, Zinke is going to be their safe lane player, and he's going to be taking the Windrunner, so I assume that's just going to be a safe lane farming Windranger for TongFu. The mid lane's going to be U9 playing the Lina Kabu on his Dazzle, a very comfortable hero for him, and LPC on his Bounty. Pretty much wheelhouse characters for them, and Zexbingo will be taking the Night Sucker to the off lane, so pretty much as to be expected. For the Terrorblade side, they're on the Radiant side map. Anti-Mage is going to be safe lane farming for them, supported by the Rubik coming out, as well as Ace on the Earthshaker. Zeus is going to be played by Sox going mid, and off lane Queen of Pain, excuse me, is going to be the last hero for their team. This off lane Quap, I'm not sure if I'm really feeling it. Left 1v1 versus the Windranger, things can go alright for her, but Zinq is a very skilled player, and he's going to have backup from Kabu, and if there's any rotations from any supports, things get really scary for Quap.
Yeah, I think Quap is fine early game, but when 4-minute mark hits, Night Stalker can usually just run all the way top, maybe TP top, have a smoke on a support, and then run around and kill him, and I don't think he's going to have a good time after that. He's going to be too underfarmed meeting this Night Stalker in mid-game.
Yeah, it really seems like that 4-minute mark is where TongFu should just hit very hard. And let's see if they're going to succeed in that. LPC is giving the Night Stalker some good vision of the Rubik, and Rubik going to throw a lift onto U9, but he's isolated between 3 heroes with the Light Strike Ray. This is going to be first blood drawn by the Night Stalker. That's not a pretty picture for the Terrorblade side. They need this Night Stalker not to have a good early game.
Yeah, getting first blood and 2 boundary runes for TongFu. This game is looking worse and worse for Terrorblade. I think they got out-drafted, and the start is even worse. I'm having trouble seeing them having a good game, but it's not impossible to win. Like, they can still pull out some amazing plays. Maybe TongFu overextends, dives a bit too hard with Bounty and Night Stalker, and you can suddenly get a few kills, and just AM with Manta can do a lot of work this game if he gets it.
And for sure, I think a lot of the pressure is on the Earthshaker and the Rubik to stop those aggressive dives from working out. They're great defensive supports. Catching somebody with a Telekinesis or a Fissure can turn the scales in the fight very quickly, so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But the Anti-Mage, he's getting man-fought up against. He has no blink. He went for the Mana Burn 1, even though it's not going to kill him. He's dropped so very low. If he didn't have a poor man's shield, that might have just been a straight-up death. They'll lift up the Night Stalker, pull him back in. They have a Fissure. It's going to block him off, but on the wrong side. And Zexbingo should be able to run away here.
Yeah, a lot of Earthshaker missing the Fissures, to be honest, even though it's maybe Chinese favorite support hero. And Queen of Pain goes down already. That's not what you want. Queen of Pain has to have a good start here, otherwise she's gonna be punished by Night Stalker in the mid-game.
I didn't expect that at all, but Queen of Pain just barely enough damage there with the Poison Touch coming out from the Dazzle. TongFu, this early game is going from bad to worse. It's still not over, but this might be a situation where the Terrorblade side lose all 3 of their lanes. Even mid lane, although it's closer than the other 2, is still advantage for the Lina.
Yeah. Lusus could go down here, actually. No. Actually, Lina was a bit slow, but the Orb of Venom might ensure the kill.
1 auto attack, and that's all that they need. He's body blocked by the creeps, and LPC sets up there, and Night Stalker, lucky enough for Terrorblade, dies in bottom lane. That's a big deal for them.
Yeah, they have to kill this Night Stalker. If Night Stalker gets out of control, if he picks up a bottle and gets a 4-minute rune, it's gonna be so hard. Queen of Pain dying is a lot worse, though, for Terrorblade than TongFu for losing Night Stalker. This Windrunner already picked up Blades of Attack and has 70 attack damage now, and Queen of Pain can't contest that, even though the harass from TongFu isn't that great.
LPC going deep behind enemy lines on this bounty hunter. He has an illusion rune picked up, and it looks like he's going to throw one of these illusions down, or actually both of them. They're spotted out, and they're going to go under tower, and LPC, I think he walked close enough. They spotted eyes onto the bounty hero himself, but Sox is getting dangerously low, but U9 also taking a tower shot will die. Oh no, the Lina playing way too over-aggressive there, just overstepping her bounds.
Yeah, mistakes were made. I was pretty damn greedy to try and go for the kill on Zeus. He had bottle charges still and had quite a lot of mana, and it just means that Terroblade has a better start, and TongFu really wants to have a take control of this game as early as possible with the Night Stalker Bounty lineup. And they don't have great late game. They want to make things happen in the mid game.
Even though the Night Stalker got himself first blood to start things off, since the bounty's been roaming so much, he's struggling a little bit in lane. Now that Anti-Mage has a Ring of Health, Poor Man's Shield, the Night Stalker can't apply very much pressure at all. He's constantly going to get his mana drained out, and killing off this AM is almost impossible till nighttime comes around, and even then, if you have no mana, the kill doesn't happen ever.
Yeah, it's annoying to lane against AM when you're a melee hero that's mana dependent. In general, you just wanna get experience, which is what he's trying to do, but it's not easy still. He can get killed if a good Fisher is there.
Yeah, and this Anti-Mage is getting a lot of farm down here. Up in top lane, the pull-through coming out from the Dazzle will succeed, but Queen of Pain's potentially going to be able to steal a couple of these last hits. That's pretty big for the Queen of Pain. She can get the Centaur, that's very nice. Since the Windrunner isn't over here, they can't really kill the Queen of Pain with just the Dazzle, or even zone her out.
Yeah, I think this Queen of Pain is gonna have a overall good time, but if she missteps, she's gonna die, and she can't really afford this game. She has to make work, and Bound Hunter actually does that.
And with the Fissure following up, looks like LPC might go down. The only change is that if Rubik dies, one auto attack from Lina will secure that kill, and LPC survives. Good rotation in from U9, and really they just needed a little bit more damage. Oh,
He has Laguna Blade.
Yeah, and it looks like he wants to use that onto Ace. The Night Stalker's fighting against the AM, but Laguna auto attack and Ace will fall down. A double kill for him. The Anti-Mage is here, mana burning out the Lina, but they still have the Light Strike array. Anti-Mage has his blink, however, and he'll get out to safety, but still a lot of pressure being applied by TongFu in the bottom lane, wiping the supports and forcing AM behind his tower.
Yeah, great rotation from U9, getting the kill together with Bounty on Rubik, and then also killing Earthshaker. It's killing supports on Terroblade is quite important now, but now they have to care because both supports TP top trying to get a kill on the Queen of Pain, with the Queen of Pain up here.
Zinq is going to be slowed down by the dagger, and they have a Fissure coming in from the south. The Fissure is going to connect. They have a lift, going to pull her back into the screen, and Windrunner, although she does have Windrun, is not going to survive with the Zeus ultimate coming through. A very timely one from the Terroblade side, and that's a very important kill. Windrunner was doing quite well for herself. That's a lot of experience and gold for the team.
Yeah, and mostly it's a free lane for Queen of Pain, getting more experience. I think Queen of Pain is the core hero here for Terroblade, and he has the crazy space for AM.
Oh, speaking of AM,
he's getting bullied.
Yeah, he really is. No crippling fear thrown out by Zex Bingo. He probably could have gotten a couple more hits off, but Anti-Mage should have survived nonetheless. It's still pretty good. Oh, Fissure in mid. U9 going to get caught out. He stuns up the Earthshaker, and that looks like it's going to be enough to buy himself some space. The Zeus wasn't there to contribute, but a Bolt and Chain Lightning would have made things very interesting.
Yeah, I think they were a bit scared of Lina. She had a Laguna Blade, and they didn't know if Bounty was close or not, so they could have got punished if Bounty was there, so that's a good decision to back up. But now TongFu is gonna find him a high ground here.
Yeah, here's the Bounty Hunter. They're going to spot out Ace, and with the silence, no hope for the poor Earthshaker. TongFu are just picking on the poor Rubik in ES this game.
Yeah, this is what happens in nighttime when
Oh, it sucks. He's gonna dive to Zeus in mid, although a Bolt will be thrown out. There's no hope of survival for the Zeus. Even with a TP in from the Shaker, it's a little too late. Maybe they can kill off the Night Stalker, but even that, if he continued that TP, it would have been Light Strike Raid on command, and with the follow-up Dragon Slave and Void, that would have been his death.
Yeah, Night Stalker is so strong in this phase of the game, and Windrunner is actually maxing Shackle Shot, which is surprising. It's I think it's a bit weird when you're a carry hero or a core hero. If you're a support or something or offlane hero, you can go for this build. But in this situation, it's a bit weird.
It can be really good if she catches good shackles inside these fights, but in general, I think the Magic Burst from Power Shot is more reliable. It's a risky build.
Yeah, they wanna dive here, but there's a lot of heroes on Terroblade here. 4.
Oh, the Shackle catches AM and Zeus. The max Shackle build is going to save Zex Bingo. Even if that was just a level 1 Shackle, probably would have been enough. The Night Stalker is super fast, but TongFu, they don't die, and that's the takeaway. And Zex Bingo wants to go for round number 2. He's going to bump the socks. He throws the Void, but a blink in from Anti-Mage and the Fissure Zeus ultimate, and he's going to lose his life even before the Mana Void can come out. They'll start focusing on to Zinq. He gets the Shackle onto 2 heroes again. Man fighting for all he's worth. With the Shallow Grave, they'll turn and kill the Anti-Mage. Kappa will lose his life, and they're probably going to lose the Wind Ranger to a double kill for Socks. But at the very least, they get the AM. Still worth it for Terroblade, however.
Yeah, it was way too aggressive play from TongFu. kind of reminiscent of last game. Terroblade just going way too deep and dying a lot of heroes. But Queen of Pain is getting a bit of space, though she could have done a lot more with that.
She has her level 6, and U9 finds himself a Zeus, but in Kaz looks like he's gonna go down, lifted up. They don't even need the Sonic Wave, but they'll commit it anyway. Better safe than sorry when you're dealing with those high priority kills.
Yeah, that was an even trade. Both the mid lane is going down, and Queen of Pain had to TP and commit Sonic Wave. Meanwhile, there's a lot of space for Windrunner and the Bounty Hunter on top lane. So it wasn't the best play from U9, but it was still worth it.
Yeah, acceptable play coming out from him. Up in top lane, the Wind Ranger is going to be left alone with this tier 1. There is no glyph, but Zincu has yet to commit the focus fire. Now that Zeus is here, even if he did, the tower damage wouldn't have been very significant anyway.
Yeah, and daytime now, finally, for Terrorblade, so the Night Stalker can't go around killing everyone. And the Bounty is not level 6 yet. It's not having the greatest time, still not bad, but has the Arcane, so he has his start. He's probably gonna go for mech, it looks like, with this Ring of Regen. It's a pretty common build. There's a lot of different builds on Bounty though. Pretty much everything works.
Lift up on Zex Bingo. The Night Stalker, even though it is daytime, is very tanky, and they won't be able to bring him down. But during this daytime phase, Night Stalker is susceptible to being killed, but they'll need a little bit more than that if they want to.
Yeah. AM is not doing too good. He's not doing horrible, but in general you want quite a lot more from him than what he has currently. And it's a risk of this pick. I don't think they were expecting him to have a good time, but he has to have some impact eventually. He has to pick up a Battle Fury before 17 minutes at least. 15 would be very good in this situation.
Compared to face value to the Windrunner, she is about the same level of farm as the Anti-Mage, but Anti-Mage's big strength is that he gets ahead over the enemy safe laner, and Wind Ranger can still contribute even if she is behind with like the maxed out Shackle and the power shot. So yeah, there is quite a lot of pressure on him, but he's starting to get there. Up in top lane.
Yeah. It's gonna be very scary for AM when Winona picks up the Aghanim Scepter, because Shackle and a Focus Fire, then I think AM will go down from just that when he has the Aghanims, even though he will probably have Battle Fury at the same time.
Invisburn on the Night Stalker. This is pretty scary for Terrorblade. They're going to bring in their 2 supports and the Queen of Pain under smoke, but this is a fight that they don't necessarily want to take. They're going to pop the dust. They catch out Zex Bingo. It's not the hero that they necessarily wanted, but they'll pull him back just the same. But a 2-hero Shackle. They'll bring down the Queen of Pain with the Void and the Focus Fire. Now they'll chase forward for Ace. Track is now online. If they can get these kills, it's a big deal for them. Tracking up the Rubik as well. They'll get the Void onto Ace. Ace gets the Enchant Totem, not going to save his life. Laguna Blade to the Rubik, and they're not stopping here. Zex Bingo has another Void cooling down in just a second. He's going to drop it with the Dragon Slave. It's a double kill, and 2 track kills involved for the entire team of TongFu.
Yeah, that was very close actually for Terroblade. If they had dusted a second earlier together with Zeus ultimate, they could have blown up the Night Stalker. But they were a bit too slow, and Winona came in with the Shackle, and a 2-man Shackle there just ensures triple kill. There's no TP follow backup either. With an AM as your carry, he can't really help out at all. If they had another carry, he could maybe TP it in there and kill everyone.
He did have a TP, but yeah, it wouldn't have made a single bit of difference. And the Zeus didn't even use his ultimate inside that fight. A little bit peculiar. Oh, top lane, they're going to jump into this in Q. The Shackle doesn't latch to any trees, but that was an interesting exchange. They're just going to put a little bit of pressure onto Windrunner.
Winona creating a lot of space. 3 TPs up there because of the Queen of Pain attempt. And Terroblade are trying to make something happen, but it's not working. And AM is getting some space, but Night Stalker is standing his ground against AM in lane, so he's not getting the value that he needs.
Now this Anti-Mage is going to roam into the enemy woods. This is very scary for the Radiant, but they do have a decent vision ward to spot out these rotations over on that hill, and Zex Bingo's going to walk by it sooner rather than later. He's going to throw illusions around the corner, and this might end up looking like just a handful of illusions. He's going to throw that one up into the high ground, and, well, let's see. Zex Bingo's standing still. I have no idea what's going to happen next. Rubik will hit the illusion, steals from the real Night Stalker, and he gets Void. Well played by Rubik.
Yeah, that was really nice. I was going to say this is a really good play from Zex Bingo, because it creates a lot of space, also put pressure on the enemy in just having illusions marked on correctly.
Anti-Mage is going to get voided before he can blink out. Will the burst damage be there to kill him off? It looks like the answer is no, but it forces out 2 TPs. They need to get this LPC kill in return. He's dusted up. He'll turn potentially for a track, but they can't fight right now. Lena's coming in. Dual Scepter is going to be dropped. The Light Strike Array is disrupted by the Fissure, and Night Stalker's jumping into 4, but everybody's already pretty low. U9's going to eat the Void coming out from the Rubik and the Fade Bolt. They'll throw the Shuriken, Mana Void onto the Lina. They'll lose the Lina in return, but Zexbingo's still going strong. Sonic Wave and Blink Scream. That goes very poorly for TongFu, but the silver lining is that there was track involved.
Yeah, but AM surviving is very important. Unless Rubik goes down, I don't think they can dive him actually, but the winner is taking down the top tower as well, so it's... Even though TongFu may be overextended, they're still getting value on other lanes.
Yeah, it's still worth it for Terroblade since those were very high priority kills. The Night Stalker and the Lina before that were very much at the top of the net worth chart, or in the contention for the top spot. Lina's still up there and in fact is holding that position 1. Oh, Shackle up top lane catches out the Anti-Mage, but not enough damage from the Wind Ranger.
Rubik on bottom lane.
Oh, they'll get the track onto him. Very easy kill for the Rubik, or for the Bounty Hunter on the Rubik.
Yeah, it was... They had a ward behind. They just when did they kill him? Rubik can't do anything with with the Orb Venom or Bounty Hunter. Also, the Shuriken does quite a lot of damage on squishy heroes like Rubik. He went for the cane.
Xingqiu hasted up, catches Shackle onto Ace. He's going to get his stuff delivered. And the Wind Ranger is going to think better of it. With a hold coming in, Xingqiu's in potentially a little bit of trouble. The stick charges onto Ace, and Wind Ranger's spitting off a lot more than she probably should, but with the silence, the Torrenta sucks. Xingqiu still lives, though. You'll Scepter up the Queen of Pain into the Light Strike Array, and Laguna Blade, they'll lose his life, and the Anti-Mage isn't able to clean up this kill onto Xingqiu yet. With a little bit of help, he will, but he's committed his Blink. If they can catch any Disable on Anti-Mage, that could get interesting, but they won't. Instead, they're going to look for the dive on mid. Oh, poor Shaker. He's going to get voided. Unfortunately for them, there wasn't track on the last couple of those kills, but it's still a decent exchange for TongFu. I was really afraid that that Wind Ranger overextended at the beginning.
Yeah, it looked quite weird for Winona, kind of moving weird, but there wasn't follow-up in time, and Queen of Pain just goes too far, and also the Zeus going in against the Night Stalker like that is not really what you want.
U9 going to casually walk uphill into the Rubik, but there's Queen of Pain here. They won't be able to catch her. She's very fast with the Eul's Scepter up, and she'll be able to survive.
Yeah, AM getting close to Belfury, unless he dies here, which it might very well happen.
Yeah, with the silence, with the Shuriken, plenty of damage for them. That's a huge deal. Not only is that a lot of gold, it was track for 2 heroes, Anti-Mage loses a lump sum that he's saving up for his Claymore.
Yeah, that was a really bad kill. He was 500 away from the Battlefury. He would have gotten it like 17 minutes. Now it's delayed by probably 2 minutes. And I'm not sure if he will be able to have the space to farm now. I think TongFu is going to put a lot of pressure on every lane now to force his AM to get as late as Battlefury as he can. And the Night Stalker goes for a Midas, looking for the late game here, hoping for an Aghanim as early as possible, probably.
And Wind Ranger almost has her Aghanim Scepter up. It's a scary amount of damage from Xingqiu, even with only that one item.
Yeah, he's gonna do a lot of damage.
And look at the Bounty Hunter. How many sentries did he just commit? He blocks out AM's entire woods.
Yeah, this is a really good play from TongFu. Very experienced. They know that AM is very close to the Battlefury, but doesn't have it yet. And every minute the delay is a lot of gold that AM is losing.
Yeah, so they'll keep control over the right-hand side of the jungle, farm that up themselves, and deny the safer side camps over in mid with those scents. It's not something that they want to deward, but the good news is that they have a Zeus, so as soon as they realize, they can bring Socks in.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter, they don't have any vision on him, and... Oh, that was close.
Yeah, not gonna latch. The Anti-Mage is gonna be just fine, but now that track starts coming out, things get more interesting. The good news for Terroblade is that it isn't natural nighttime, but darkness is up for Zexbingo.
Yeah, almost level 11 as well. He can spam it out a bit more frequently. And yeah, I was just gonna talk about Roshan being available for TongFu. They have Solar Crest on Dazzle, and now with the Winter Aghanims, this Roshan just dies so fast.
That's an incredibly timed Solar Crest on a support Dazzle, but he's found himself a little bit of space. It's just gonna melt. That's an Aegis for the Lina. She saves up for her Ags, and Xingqiu can go back to farming. TongFu are starting to pull ahead in this game, just with very experienced and reserved play.
Yeah, the track is really showing on especially the support heroes. Bounty having very high net worth, and Dazzle also being quite high.
Top lane, Queen of Pain, Earthshaker, and Rubik are there. Maybe they can kill off this Night Stalker, and Anti-Mage is also coming from the south. They're going to jump onto him, Visual Connect, follow-up lift, Zexbingo, Sonic Wave down. They're not going to take any chances. It's a kill, for Terroblade, and they need a lot more where that came from, however, because their mid lane is starting to get pressured. It's going to delay the push from TongFu. They bought themselves probably about a minute.
Yeah, Anti-Mage picks up his Fell Fury eventually, or finally rather. And Zeus in mid lane, is he gonna go down?
Right-click damage from Lina, not quite there, survives on 50 HP under his tier 3, but now Ace is isolated with both the Weave as well as the Solar Crest. He's dropping so low, and oh my god, the Lina gets that kill. That is absurd. She has no damage items. That's just a right-click that did 140 damage casually with the minus armor applied.
Yeah, and Rupik stole Laguna Blade but doesn't have the mana to use it. He might get killed before he manages to use it actually. They don't want to go that far.
They're just gonna play this safe, although maybe they get caught out with the dust catching out LPC, but the Queen of Pain also has no ultimate. And this gets scary. If a Light Strike Ray connects, and it will onto Sox, they'll pop the darkness and start tracking up these heroes. Bolt will fly into the Lina, but this is a very bad situation if Terrorblade lose these kills. The Night Stalker coming in from the north. Yeah, he's gonna get the Void onto Sox. Dual Scepter onto the Rupik. They try to focus him down. Nice Fissure is there and an Echo Slam, but it won't save the poor support's life. And no, the Shackle connects onto the Queen of Pain. She's going to die. The only survivor is Anti-Mage, and that's because he wasn't even close. He's farming up in the enemy woods.
Yeah, as soon as TongFu decides to group up, they have so good heroes at doing this. Because if Rupik had gotten off the Laguna Blade on Night Stalker, they probably could have salvaged that situation without losing 4. But either way, double damage on Windrunner, having Aghanim's, this tower is gonna go down. It might even be wrecked right here.
This is scary if they can get barracks at this point. 7 seconds on cooldown for the focus fire, but yeah, this is a sub 20-minute barracks for TongFu. It seems like they've, I don't know, just completely outplayed Terrorblade this game. A lot of that does come down to draft, but yeah, that's barracks.
Yeah, a very weak draft from Terroblade makes it a lot easier for TongFu than last game. And they also have to create space for aim right now, but Windrunner picks up Blink. She just wants to punish this aim, look for the aim. If she finds the Shackle, the focus fire will probably kill the aim before he can blink out.
Yeah, it's scary. This is a situation where the Terrorblade team need to catch some sort of vision on the map, but right now, they're mostly blind. The only ward that they have is up in top, and that'll help Anti-Mage as he farms out this large camp, but outside of that, they see nothing. And against a Night Stalker Bounty Hunter, that's terrifying.
Yeah, this ward is pretty important for Terroblade around AM. He would have died earlier from Windrunner if they didn't have that ward. She was roaming around trying to find AM, but thanks to the ward he survived. But might not be as lucky this time. He's probably gonna blink out very soon though.
Blink out towards the left-hand side, but a blink forward, Zinkew catches a Shackle, and that'll buy them enough time to get the Crippling Fear applied, and there's no hope for the Anti-Mage at this point, with the Laguna Blade to secure it. Probably unnecessary for Moon 9, but hey, he has his Aghanim Scepter now, so yeah, it is what it is. Anti-Mage cannot die anymore for Terrorblade if they want a hope at winning this game.
Yeah, Lina has the Aghanims as well from earlier, and AIM just takes so much damage from that. AIM did not have a TP, that's a big mistake. He should have blinked into jungle and TP'd out, but because he didn't have it, he had to blink away, and it's so easy for TongFu to catch up with the nighttime Night Stalker.
Now Queen of Pain cut out. This silence is going to last way too long with the Weave and the Solar Crest. Night Stalker secures the kill on the Queen of Pain, and TongFu, they're running away with it. Terrorblade, they don't necessarily have the heroes required for this high ground defense. They have an Earthshaker, and that's nice, but this Earthshaker is so poor and so far away from Blink Dagger that an Echo Slam isn't really going to be relevant, I feel.
Yeah, and Night Stalker is gonna pick up Aghanims in 300 gold, which is so hard to play against, especially on what Terrorblade has. They have no heroes or tank in their team. They're all squishy, and pretty much TongFu can just split up and everyone go 1 versus 1 and just kill that hero with this amount of vision.
Yeah, the hope for Terrorblade is that TongFu dive way too over-aggressively, and they can catch out a couple of kills there, but even if they dive, they'll probably kill off at least 3 of them beforehand, and with that track gold comes in, and that makes it an even trade. I don't see a point where Terrorblade are going to have map control this game, unless something goes very, very wrong from TongFu. It's going to take a lot of misplays.
Yeah, and AM doing the right decision here, going into enemy jungle farming. He might be able to kill the Kur here, which has Aghanims on it, and it's going right over him.
Oh, he spots it! Courier snipe, that's a big, big deal coming out from the AM, but it's only going to somewhat help. Like, it's a good pickoff for sure. It denies 3,000 gold away from the Night Stalker, but even without that 3,000 gold, they can still keep up the pressure and just systematically go for these outer towers.
It's a lot of time created though. TongFu would have gone high ground with that Aghanims, but now they have to fall back and wait for that because it's way too risky to go high ground when you don't have the vision. And AM is very aggressive.
He'll be blink out into the woods, and this time around he does have a TP, and they don't have vision of him, so the Anti-Mage will survive. They'll throw a Light Strike Array. It would have caught him out if it was there about 3 seconds before, but yeah, the Anti-Mage is playing this well, or at least playing the cards that he's been given as well as he can. Mid lane, they're going to catch out Kabu. This is another pickoff that will be much needed for them. They drop Sonic Wave and the Zeus ultimate, and Kabu doesn't even die from that. He has the Glimmer Cape, and are you kidding me? No, Kabu is going to go down. But now Zex Bingo is there. The Yule Scepter onto the Queen of Pain is going to set up the Laguna Blade, and Lina will be able to finish off that kill in turn. And now with tracks starting to come out, TongFu are chasing forward. Light Strike Array again going to connect. It looked like it might have worked out well for them, but since they committed so much for that Dazzle, they just have nothing left in the tank. Yule Scepter again onto the Zeus, and although there will be a telekinesis, it's only going to delay the inevitable. Sox is going to be run down inside his base. They chase forward for the Rubik. Rubik is going to die to the Lina sooner rather than later. He'll turn for Shuriken and a Fateful, but that's not going to save his life. Up in top lane, Wind Ranger's going to look for the shackle onto Anti-Mage. Can't quite find it. Am has another blink cooling down, but this Wind Ranger might just keep on chasing him. She has a blink of her own, and if she can get a shackle to latch, the Terrorblade's Anti-Mage is in a lot of trouble. Shackle just comes off of cooldown. Anti-Mage blinks out to the north, looks for the TP. He will succeed, but still, it's a train wreck for Terrorblade. They lose way too many heroes to track.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Terroblade. Slight mistake from Winona. I think she could have gotten that kill on AM if she played it correctly. She waited way too long with the shackle, trying to get as many out attacks before, but I don't think it was needed. She would probably have killed him with just shackle and ultimate. But TongFu is getting so far ahead with this track gold. Bounty must surpass the AM in farm here, and that's a position for a bounty hunter. And he's gonna pick up Pipe, it looks like, and he's gonna push high ground, I think.
He's so tanky. As a casual booster, a Bracer, Guardian Greaves, Pipe, LPC is almost impossible to kill at this point. The Pipe is going to take a little while longer yet, but it's very scary. I think that Terrorblade had the right idea. Like, going for that Dazzle kill is something that they kind of needed to do if they want to find some way back into this game, but it just took them too long.
Yeah, I'm a bit... the Cop should have used use
top lane. Invis Rune on the Lina. Gonna go for Light Strike Array. Laguna Blade and blows up the AM.
Yeah, not in a chance. And Night Stalker has nighttime now. He can pop it, and I think he will get at least one kill here.
They're gonna telekinesis up to the Night Stalker, but since the Yule Scepter connects, that's going to be all she wrote. Laguna Blade's soul, and Lina's dropping low, but not low enough. Zex Bingo is still going to town, and they'll lose the Rubik. Double kill for U9, and Ace is going to die to the Night Stalker. And all while that's happening, Queen of Pain loses her life on the back lines.
Yeah, the Queen of Pain gets sniped with long range. Power shots was pretty impressive. But it's looking so hard for Terroblade. I'm not really sure if they can make a comeback unless TongFu just stops diving way too far and speeds this AM. Even if it does, they have great heroes against AM. The pure damage from Lina, also the Winner just right clicks are way too much.
Dance Party in the Radiant base, LPC and Zeus are the ones there, but it's gonna end with the poor Zeus getting blown to shreds with that Aghanim Scepter on the Wind Ranger. LPC offered the scouting vision, and Zeus, he had no right to be there, but I honestly don't think there's anywhere safe. Kabu, bottom, is going to be caught up by the Anti-Mage. He has Dust ready, and that's going to make the situation terrible. Yeah, he's caught out, shackled to the tree, and with the Focus Fire, dominating spree for Sin Q, and the Anti-Mage has lost his position in net worth. He's just not able to keep up. LPC is going to eat a Sonic Wave, but with Guardian Greaves, he's so tanky. Ace will die. Laguna Blade will secure it. Now they catch out Sox with the Light Strike Array. Zeus, he taunts, but it's a good game. That's going to be a clean 2-0 for TongFu. Game number 2 looking so convincing for their team.
Game 1 was really good considering how Terroblade has looked this tournament, but game 2 was just, the drop was not even, it was so bad compared to what TongFu had. There was not a chance in this game to even be close to winning.
Yeah, commanding lead, but we don't really expect anything less. TongFu were the #1 seeded team coming out from the round robin, and Terrorblade were the lower seed. So TongFu will win this 2-0. We're going to have another series coming up next, and that's going to be in actually quite some time. This series ended very quickly. That just goes to show how well TongFu were playing, especially in that game number 2. I've been GrandSV. He's been Kefka Dota. You can find us at Twitter under both of those names, and we'll be back casting some more Dota 2. It's Energy Pacemaker versus Newbie Miracle coming up next in about an hour or so. See you soon.